Okay, let's get into a few sententiae from Chapter 7. Number 1 is pretty straightforward, so let's go to number 2. Nihil sub sole novum. So let's start where we always start. Where's the verb? Haha, there is no verb in this sentence. Well, there is, but it's like one of my favorite examples. Numen lumen. You have to provide est. So we can just provide est here after nihil. Then we get nothing, nihil, is, and then let's go over to novum, nu, sub sole, under the sun. Quick question, what case do you think sole is? It's after sub. Well, of course, it's ablative in that case. But we need to know more than that. Sub can take the ablative or the accusative. So why the ablative here? Well, because est is a verb of rest. It's not about movement. So whatever is sub is going to be ablative. Let's do number 3 now. Carmina noa de adolescentia virginibus puerisque nunc canto. The verb? Well, that's canto. The ending is clear. So what kind of subject are we looking for? Is it going to be I, you, he, she, it? Well, in this case, it's I. So I do what? I sing. So what does one sing here? Well, probably songs, but let's check to be sure that the syntax works. Here's carmina. Could be nominative or accusative plural, right? And that's about what you'd expect. Accusative plural. I sing songs. What kind of songs? Here's an adjective. Oh, new songs. Well, I'll include that here. I sing new songs. Now we see de, and that tells us what the songs will be about. Adolescentia, youth. I sing new songs about youth. What case is this word in, by the way? Adolescentia. And I could include here the macron over a. It's ablative because it comes after de. De, as a preposition, always takes the ablative. So I sing new songs about youth. Then we have these forms here, virginibus pueris. Perhaps the first question we need to ask is what's this que thing here? Well, that could just as well read virginibus et pueris. But it's not what we have here. So what we have is que, maidens and boys. So what case are they in? By the forms, they could be dative or ablative plural. Dative seems to make sense because he wants to sing to maidens and boys. Oh yeah, and nunc. So let's throw that in someplace. I now sing new songs about youth to maidens and boys. Now number 6. Where's the verb? Well, it's audes. Now students often get this verb confused with audio audire, to hear. But it's not that. It's audere, which is to dare. And the ending here, an S, so it's you dare. And with a verb like that, we probably need an infinitive, a complementary infinitive, because you dare to do something. So do we see an infinitive here? Well, here's one. Esse. So you dare to be. Now we already know that we have an implied to here. To audes. That's in the nominative. What that you is being should also be in the nominative, no? So do we see what the to dares to be? Well, it's bonus. Good. You dare to be good. Or you might even say you dare to be a good man. You can see we're clearly talking to a man here. Now we can head back to the preposition sub. Princeps and dures are glossed for us, these two words here. And they come after sub, so what case are they in? Well, of course, they're ablative. So you dare to be good under, or you dare to be a good man under, and I see that I accidentally repeated myself here. Good man under a harsh prince and que. Then we have more ablative or dative. Temporibus malis. These right here. But this is ablative. The question is, what kind of ablative? It's probably not connecting back to sub. So what do we do with it? It's a freestanding ablative, and I would say it's an ablative of time when. So we can translate it as during evil times. So you dare to be a good man under a harsh prince and during evil times. Okay, let's do number 10 because it makes me laugh whenever I read it. Multae nationes servitutem tolerare possunt. Nostra civitas non potest. Praeclara est recuperatio libertatis. These aren't famous last words, but it would be appropriate if they were. Cicero is probably saying something just like this before Mark Antony had him murdered for speaking badly about him. But anyway, let's start with the clause before the semicolon. The verb is here possunt. And as we know, possum posse should usually have a complementary infinitive. And here it is, tolerare. But we haven't decided what the subject is. What kind of subject should we find with this ending, nt? It's a they subject. And here they are, multae nationes, many nations. So what can many nations do? Well, they can tolerare. Many nations can tolerate what? It's glossed for us, servitutem. It's from the word servitus servitutis, which conjugates along the same lines as virtus virtutis. So many nations can tolerate servitude, or maybe slavery. After the semicolon, where's the verb? Well, it's potest. Is there an infinitive with it? Well, yes and no. The infinitive is tolerare, again, but is not repeated after the semicolon. So our state, nostra civitas, our state, is not able. And then we might repeat this in brackets to tolerate servitude. Now we get a nice predicate adjective in the next sentence. The recuperation, or the recovery. And now what form is libertatis? Well, it's genitive. Libertas libertatis, like securitas securitatis, or civitas civitatis. So the recovery of liberty is noble, or splendid, or a great thing. Just keep telling yourself that, Cicero. Move on to number 11. Nihil sine magno labore vita mortalibus dat. And this is number 11. So here's the verb, dat, do, dare, and of course then we need a he, she, or it subject. And here's a possibility. Vita, life gives. Life gives what? Nothing. Now nothing could also be the subject, nothing gives, but then there'd be no direct object, because vita is in the nominative, that couldn't be that nothing gives life. No, it has to be life gives nothing, because there's nothing that could be a direct object other than nihil here. So life gives nothing. Life gives nothing. To whom? Well, mortalibus. Mortalibus. That is, to mortals. And then with a preposition, sine, without, magno labore, great labor. Okay, that's it for the Sententiae that we'll go over for this chapter. Of course, go ahead and read the others, and we will talk about them in conferencing, and maybe you'll turn a few in. Thanks for listening.